Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Here I am, still a bit sick, no 100%, my friends. Sore throat, runny nose, who knows? I started calling now. Maybe I cannot say it, I don't know. Uh, Instead of global warming, now I call it the global colding. I'm joking. Anyway, you know that in the south of Italy we meant to have, I don't know, African temperatures, but which is not. It's still the 10th of April, and I mean, it's already the 10th of April, and temperatures are quite low. Now, only in the last 2 days, we start getting a warmer. Anyway, I'm only joking about climate, what you call it, global colding. Hands up, I'm only joking. Anyway, weather is changing, global temperatures, whatever, so on. Now, my friends, today I want to make a video about this. All right. So, the seat belts. Now, I'm not even driving and I'm wearing a seat belt. Okay, so I'm just parked now, waiting for my wife to finish to work to bring her home while I'm doing the taxi driver. And so, anyway, I have a question. Italians. Now, we all know that Italians are bad drivers. Anyway, not everywhere, I don't want to generalize, but let's say overall Italian drivers are not the best drivers. Then I have to say that I find 50% are respecting the law, 50% like if the law doesn't exist. Alright, so for me it's about 50-50, always in between. So people who are respecting the rules and people who are not respecting at all. Now, I'm in the south of Italy, but this is a trend anyway about all over Italy. So let's say, now in Italy, if people can avoid to use the seatbelt, they avoid it. All right. So basically, they think they're smart. They think they're clever if they're not wearing the seatbelt. They think they are better than the other one that are wearing. Look at that idiot. They're even pointing the finger. They're even pointing, saying, oh, look at that one. That is a slave of the system. He's wearing the seatbelt. Now, we all know the function of the seatbelt. The seatbelt protects the life in 99.9% of the cases. I'd say that the seatbelt is always useful. I'd say maybe there is a 0.01% that might say, okay, that ruined my life. But anyway, just the statistics is a statistic thing. But anyway, overall, Italians, if they can, they avoid. I just saw a car passing by now, not wearing the seatbelt. Or everyone is on the phone. Everyone. Not every single, okay, don't let me exaggerate, but many people when I'm driving and even on narrow roads, where there's kind of high speed circulation. And I see on the other side people sending voice messages. I mean, there has to be a disease. What is called this disease? Let's give it a name to this disease. All right, so you are lucky, never happened anything. But anyway, there are, for example, Bluetooth technology. So nowadays, okay, in my car is so old that obviously I don't even have a radio in the car. But basically, if I want a Bluetooth, I just put some Bluetooth speakers and I don't even have to hold my phone while I'm talking. And again, Italians love to breach the law each time they can. But then my point, the real point, why I'm making these videos, is because then what I don't tolerate is that Italians are complaining about the fines. Can you imagine? So then they get the fine and they're even complaining. For me, now, what did I notice? There was a checkpoint today, and these carabinieri doing their job, stopping one car, but they can only stop one car at a time. Then, if between they stop one car and another car, 50 cars are driving by. Now, if you are one of these 50 driving between one that had been stopped and another one that had been stopped, and you didn't have the seatbelt, nobody's gonna stop you. So it's about the percentage, the chances that I have to be, the chances that I have to have been stopped by the police, by carabinieri, while they have already stopped someone. Fine, fantastic, I've been lucky. But anyway, then they complain. Now, which one are the fines that Italians complaining most than anything? So the seatbelt, they don't wear the seatbelt and then they complain if they get a fine. Talking on the phone, recording messages, so if they stop you, then they complain. And also the speed limits. I mean, if speed limits exist, okay, if a road has a speed limit, what makes you to not follow that speed limit? Because generally, if I read one number and it says 80, not 30, not 50, not 60, 80, it's a decent speed. No, it's not enough. I have to drive at 100, 120. Am I an idiot that I'm gonna drive under 80 kilometers per hour? Come on. Let's say, am I an idiot that I'm respecting that stupid law that is telling me to drive? So then when they get the fines, generally in Italy, the fines of the speed limit fines, then you never get it at the checkpoint. You only get it when there are cameras making a picture of your car, of your registration number, saying that you've been driving at that speed, for example. Okay, if you are driving at 85 and the speed limit is 80, I would be tolerant, to be honest. 5 kilometers per hour. Come on. You exceed 5 kilometers per hour, I don't see this big drama. Even if I see 80, I still don't understand why I should drive faster than 80. But let's give a 5% tolerance. But if it's 100, no. And then they're all complaining that they get 20 fines a month. Or, okay, there are some fines that maybe, for example, we have ZTL, Zona Traffico Limitata, the zone with limited traffic in Italy, which in some cities, in the biggest cities like Milan, Turin, Rome, in many big cities, Naples, they have this ZTL, limited traffic zone. Now, I can understand, for example, if I'm not familiar with Naples and I'm driving in Naples and I'm passing by under one of these camera that has a restricted passage through for daily cars, anyway, only residents, for example. I can understand that. Anyway, if it happens to get a fine, obviously I'm going to pay the fine. Maybe I might try to claim. We have some institutions that you can try to claim this fine. But overall, what is driving me mad is that Italians are constantly complaining about the fines. So not all the people who should have got a fine are not getting the fine because the police stops only one car every 50. And in between these 50, there are another 30 who were breaching the law and they are safe simply because the police already stopped someone. And then they're complaining that they're getting too much fine, they're bankrupt. Obviously, a lot of people then they're not even paying these fines, and then they get interest on top of interest. I would be extremely strict. I would give tolerance 0, to be honest. Um, Only through this you can educate properly people. Here, obviously, if you close one eye, or I don't know, again, how many police we should have to stop every single car, every single person that is not wearing the seatbelt. Most of the time, the excuse is because we are in the town, small town, we are all friends. I mean, seatbelt is seatbelt. Since the moment you start driving the car, I don't see any excuse to not wearing a seatbelt. Then, if you have any of these excuses, you can also write it down under the comment section. No, me, I would be 0 tolerance about the fines. Then come and blame that the government, the country, the state is getting rich because the fines, because no, people should respect. And if everyone is respecting the law, I mean, at least seatbelt, no mobile, you know how much money people would save. But here, people are constantly getting this type of fines, and they are only trying to be smart and to be luckier to not be caught. Then, if they're caught, they go at home and they start screaming and shouting that I've been caught, was unfair. No, no, no one can say that was unfair. Anyway, it happened the other day. I was reading on the newspaper a sad case. Now, a father of a child, of a 5 years old child, because had the beep in the car, and the child was sitting in front of the car. I don't know, something bad happened to this child, and the father just pulled the seatbelt behind the child. So here was the child, and the seatbelt was like put like that, simply. Now, this car, as you see, is old, so even if I'm not putting the seatbelt, now, as you see, the seatbelt, it was like this, so you just don't have the beep. What is this? This is, for me, this is a mental problem. Anyway, there is an issue with a population. What is sociology, anthropology, DNA, genes, what makes people special like this, in particular Italians. Then, I'm not saying that only Italians, they don't like to follow the rules. For me, it should be something, there is a rule, okay, I follow it. Anyway, let me know what do you think, my friends. And so with with a bit of a lack of voice, so I'm trying to record videos. I'm trying to put sorry, I'm trying to put a bit of extra efforts. Anyway, I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. Tomorrow I will start. I want to make some videos. I want to go back to make videos about the properties for sale, but in a particular way. So I want just to select a town and just randomly check the properties for sale while I'm recording the video. It will be nice to make it one day in a live, but unfortunately, I'm a disaster with the technology, so I cannot see my channel doing from a technology point of view better than I'm doing, unless just to get a better mobile. I'm still using very, very old one. All right, my friends. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you here on Italy Place to Love YouTube channel. Hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna get a bit better. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.